A little bit later on, we're going to be talking about your buddy Carmichael Daves, his quest to save the Kings. We finally came up with the possibility to do this.
World's worst radio producer, Carmichael Daves, came up with an idea that somehow people are embracing. Look at him back there. Look at Gadfly. I never thought I'd have him on this show unless like we were doing an America's Most Wanted segment. There he is. He'll be on the show to tell you about his idea called Here We Build, about building an arena for your Anaheim Royals.
All right. We're going to build it and then ship it down to Southern California.
I mean, Nick, there's all kinds of details that I don't understand about this. How do we get the money? Where does the arena go?
I can't wait.
If we get an arena, who says that the Maloofs were even going to stay here? Well, that dorky-looking guy back there will have the information for you in just a moment.
I am impressed.
He looks like he's a man with a plan.
Way to go.
Don's here with a special guest today.
Carmichael Daves is here.
This is just ridiculous.
No, we are flanked. We truly are flanked by greatness. Dave is here.
You flanked on greatness on one side, Marianne. That is just a big pile of ineptness sitting next to you.
Well, I beg to differ because you have a grassroots campaign going on to raise money. You want to raise money for a new arena for who are still the Sacramento Kings for the time being.
That's what we want to do. It's Here We Build. We started it on Twitter. We really just wanted to figure out a way to cut out the politicians, cut out everybody who's been failing for the last year, 5, 10 years. And we don't really have a firm grasp on what exactly it is yet, other than a strong band of committed Kings fans that don't want to go out gently into that good night. They want to make a difference.
And what do you want them to do?
We want them to get online. We want them to pledge money. Now keep in mind, and I'll underline this, we've had a ton of money pledged so far. This is air money. This is internet money.
It's monopoly money.
That's a good point. It is monopoly money, but we want them to get on, put their names out there, put their businesses out there.
Try to breathe through your nose, not through your mouth.
Am I mouth breathing?
A little bit.
Is that going into the mic?
Well, it's just me. I noticed. I work with the guy every day. This is my producer for my radio show.
You're hearing Cody's mic was open there too.
On KCK. No, promise me. People outside are hearing Dave breathe.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, people that aren't even watching TV are
because they won't hear me breathing through this nose at all. For sure.
So let's talk about and you have a Facebook page as well. You're encouraging people to get onto facebook.com/HereWeBuild.
Yeah, Facebook.com, like you said, /HereWeBuild, where people can go on and like the site. They can comment on the site. We'll be updating what we're going to be doing in the future. Also, the website just went live about 6 hours ago.
How much money has been pledged thus far?
And how much would it take for them to stay?
One question I can answer, one question I can't. We, as of last night, we're I think up to $194,000 pledged, and that includes businesses like Jiffy Lube, who pledged $30,000, and there are 6 billboards live throughout Sacramento right now. I passed one on the way in with the little Twitter hashtag on there. As far as Nick, how much would it take to stay? That's a question we're trying to figure out. And believe it or not, I've actually been contacted by some pretty heavy hitters who want to become a part of this movement. It's something that's galvanized people enough to where maybe we can start getting some answers now and maybe get a goal as to what it's going to take to
big
keep this
doofus.
team
You just got to know something. I work with this guy every day. He is my producer. And while I am for this, and it's a 1 in a million shot. You're telling me there's a shot. Okay. Still, let's say that this all happened. Look at this guy. Can you get a shot of my producer, Dave, again?
Listen,
Can you imagine if the Kings were saved and $300 million was raised and this was the guy that made it happen?
Guess what? This is the next mayor.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That means I could get a real producer on my show. I would go for that in a heartbeat.
I would like nothing more than to distance myself from this thing as soon as possible. I started it. I went on Twitter. We're making it happen. But really, for this thing to succeed, and like Don said, it's got a half of a percent. But it can't be about any individual. It can't be about an ego. It can't be about an agenda. It has to be about this team, or the city loves its team.
And the Maloofs have said all along that they didn't want to pay for the new arena. They wanted to, the taxpayers voted it down originally. So the gist of your idea, I think, is, it's honorable.
We've got guys.
It's foolish, but honorable.
and actually, there's our motto right there, foolish, but honorable. And we have, washed up journalists like Bob Graswich, who are speaking on the mayor's behalf, who are going out there and saying things nationally like good riddance, and the city's glad to see them go. Well,
that's helpful.
That's terribly unhelpful, and maybe it's time we told city leaders, you've been bumbling, you've been stumbling, we're going to take this out of your hand now, tell you who your real bosses are, and we're going to try to make a difference on our own, somehow.
We're going to make sure we link those to our website. We'll put it on GoodDaySacramento.com under show info. Then we will link not only HereWeBuild.com, but also we'll put the Facebook page on there as well.
Just have to point, as I did on the radio yesterday, Marianne, because we we're reaching a whole different audience here on Good Day Sacramento. I want you to just remember one thing. This word, this name. Bernie Madoff. Ponzi scheme. I asked him yesterday, who's going to be in charge of all of this, this internet money? And he said,
Hey, you know what?
Switzerland?
While you're here, we got to let you know that you can email Don on the show, gooddaysacramento.com. Usually we have a picture of you standing in the doorway of this mail.
Yeah,
there you are.
There you go.
Hey, you.
That was this morning, right before we came on, as a matter of fact. I'm in my kilt.
I love Scotland.
Fantastic.
All
right, man. Good luck with your quest.
Thanks so much. Thanks for having me in. Laundry at 7:30 I have to pick up. And
Gadfly.
Do you want the eggs by 9? Or,
eggs by 9,
yeah.
Starbucks at 10.
He likes them scrambled.
Now you know what I go through every day. Getting up
4
early.
hours every day.
And look at you. And you're fixed up to be on TV, right?
As fixed up as this could be. Yeah.
Did you say Jonah's hair?
Jill
Hi, Dad.
is Jill.
6:21 now this morning.